No, that ain't it. We back. We back. Crisis avoided. You didn't know I was going live tonight, Chris? Yeah, I usually schedule my Monday, but I'm seeing how not scheduling it will do as far as like for the numbers, because most of my lives that are unscheduled will get 4,000 or 5,000 views somehow, but then the ones on Tuesdays that on Mondays that are scheduled, or even some of them that I've scheduled, will only do 500 or 600. So I don't know. Damn YouTube analytics, man. You can't figure it out. So anyways, that's why I didn't schedule this one. So I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. Actually got hits in it. Yeah, and re-like everything. I know y'all liked the stuff before, but re-like this one. Jay-Z Blades, what's up, brother? Guess everybody back. I think we had like almost 40 when it crapped out. I don't know what happened, but we're back, so we'll just keep on keeping on. Like, even the channels in this one there's nothing in the channels, so it was just outside. Got some dings in this bolster, but I'm not gonna. I guess we could sand on it a little bit. What do you think? 1,200. Lunar preparedness. How about you? I think we just started following each other on Instagram, didn't we? I think if I saw correctly. Hey, the woods are a good place to be, brother. I won't worry about it. See if we can sand a little bit of this pitting out of this bolster right here. Not that I'm worried about it, but why not? Where will you be this weekend, David? Oh, the woods? Not yet, Travis. I'm going to finish this one up, and then I'm going to get in. I got yours that I'm going to put that edge on, and then the one that I showed you today, that 47 from Wally, I'm going to clean the back springs down in the channel up, just because that's just how I am. I guess I did kind of show it off at the beginning, but not really. Let's see here. We'll just jump straight to the 2Gs. Always a wrestling tournament, man. Got a little bit of the pits out of this brass, but I think if I try to sand them all out, it's just gonna make it worse. Not make it worse, but I'd have to sand too much material out of it to get them gone. I caught on to that, Jason. I know me and you couldn't see each other, but I did catch on to that. He was wanting you to time me out on the comments about his legs and stuff. That was pretty funny. I mean, he kind of walked into it. He did kind of open the door, so at least I think he did. I would hope if I did that one of y'all would say something, which I know y'all would. That's a little better. All right. There, that looks a lot better. Much more presentable. Yeah, I kind of figured that, so. He may not realize how tight-knit of a group we are either. That we all kind of go back and forth, messing with each other. Got so much grime on my fingers now. I've almost thought about using gloves while I'm polishing and stuff. Oh, Randy's WSG. I'm so glad you were able to join us, brother. Shoot, guys, I think we're there. Yep. Good enough for the girls I run with. There's Ryan. How about you, brother? The owner of that MCGA original custom. They were talking about that on your oh, there you go. Darn, 10 slips for Baldy's blades. That's awesome. Ryan, they were talking about your knife on Knife Crazies live this afternoon. Crawford had seen it on your reel or something. They were talking about it. So yeah, that one's pretty much done. It didn't need a whole lot. I know that the lighting could be better, but she's good. She'll look good with the rest of my double eagles in my little display. So, do y'all want to work on another one? Do you want to see a new one that I don't really have to do anything to because I've already done it? Or what y'all want to do? Excuse me. Oh, Randy, man, no problem. I'm glad you like them. Chef's choice. Knife turned out awesome. Yeah. All right, let's. I think I'll save that. The 18 is going to be last because I'm going to sharpen it and it'll take some. Damn, Big E, come on. So let's do the channels in this 47 that I got from Wally. And there ain't a thing wrong with this knife. It's just my personal preference. I like to open them channels up and they be clean. The blades can be patinaed and everything else, but I gotta have my channels clean. And I think he said when he got this, all he did was soaked it in mineral oil and put an edge on it, and that was it. So, which is fine with me. I can. And y'all know me, I like cleaning them up. So let's get cracking on this. And if y'all are new, this is a 1979 6347 HP in that pretty bone that Case did back in the day. You're not going to see it unfortunately, with this light, but she's all there, fellas. So let's get cracking on the back springs, and you might can see they're just not shining. That's really all I'm doing. I'm just shining them. Probably won't take 5 minutes. Probably what I should have done is gone on and soaked it a little bit with some oil, but hey. Are you talking to me about making you something? I prefer lunar preparedness. I am in a Stockman phase where that's pretty much, you can go back and look at all of my on my Instagram, on my feed, my story and my feed. It's all pretty much Stockman's every day. Now, with that being said, I've got a 54 pattern Stockman on my belt that I carry every day. I just don't show it. But I do prefer a Stockman. And just like Brother Cornbread said, the 75 is my jam. But I can also wear a size 2X glove and fill it out. So a good size knife is always a plus. So, which I actually have a 75 I'm going to show y'all. I'll give you a little preview. That's the box. So if you know your boxes, you know what kind of time frame that one comes from. I'm also going to tell you, it's not synthetic. It's also one that I didn't think I'd ever have because they are out of my league price-wise. But a good friend of the channel, good friend to me that has followed me since before I even had my channel, James Alton, offered it to me in a trade, and I jumped on it, and I'm very appreciative of him. He didn't love it, and I didn't love what I was trading him. So we both got something that we would love, or that we loved, and it worked out. So these channels are just a little bit too deep for my tool here. Let me get on these tangs a little bit. At least get them cleaned up. I have to change to something else. Worked great for me. Yeah, worked great for me too, James. Me and you have already talked. I'm super appreciative of that trade, and yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother. Even if we never traded, just, me and you have had some conversations, and that right there means more to me than anything. I think I need, this is the sandpaper I needed. Yeah, y'all smash the like up. I much appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for just being here. But hitting that like helps it. Helps the after effect. Once it goes into recorded, it helps the algorithm, I guess, out, or whatever you want to call it. It is not yellow Delrin. I do have a yellow Delrin 75 sitting in the display in there, but this is not yellow Delrin. This is I have seen other people with these, and I absolutely love them. I love the color and everything, so when I had the opportunity to snag this, snagged it. So And we are both happy, and that's really all that matters. As long as both parties are happy, that's all that matters. Yeah, when I first put it together, the snap opening was gone, because when I re-pinned it back together and reworked everything, it was tight, like it was new. So I had to go in there and kind of work on it a little bit, and it loosened right back up. Oh, she's shaping up now. We are getting there. But in honor of old Randy WSG, there we go. There's a yellow Delrin 54. Just for old Randy. We love you, Randy. I think we're about there on the sandpaper. Good. I want it to have it snap, but I wanted it to be tight, so when you fidgeted with it, it would loosen up and then be back where it was. So as long as you're happy with it, brother, that is all I care about. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about. That right there. Good stuff. Oh, she's shiny and new in there now, fellas. Stag is what should put on that old Imperial Boy Scout knife. Oh, that would have been cool. I mean, we can, if you want to talk about it, James, that's something we could do later on down the road if you want, brother. I wouldn't mind doing that for you. Alright, so the channels are good and clean on this now. It's already got an edge. It had an edge when I got it. But you know how it is when you get a knife, you got to put your own little love on it. So I honed it to make it feel like I've done something to it. So, but it had a screaming edge already. Look at that spade blade. Look at the shape of it. That, man, that right there is jammed up in jelly. Do you receive? Do you reskill? I can. I've done it before. Cornbread. Yeah, you could do stag or deer antler on a Victorinox. You would have to start with one with the plastic handle, because you'd have to retain that liner just for strength. Not that the bone or the stag's not strong enough, but I would prefer, if I was going to do it, to retain that outside liner and just sand it flat, and then all of it would go into that. All right. Hey, if you have any deer antler laying around that you want for that, send it too, because I think I've got just enough to do the projects I've got on deck. So if I'm sure you've got some antler around there. Throw it in that box too, and I'll get on it. All right. So let's do. You use whitetail antler, yes. Let me just get it. So this is that fixed blade that I've been working on that I am currently in the process of doing a sheath for. And unfortunately, I'm not going to take the tape off of this because it's, if you look at it, it'll cut you. So that is the butt end of the antler. Like, that's where it connects to the skull. And then it is just grafted into, you know, the tang goes into there about that far. And then I've just blended it. It's got the guard right there from the factory knife. I mean, and that's a 2X paw. Like, that's a big hand. I mean, and it's all day. That's comfortable. There's no hot spots in it. You can use it all day. Hell. Let me just take the tape off of it and give you the whole experience. I don't know if Mike's hand's big enough. I don't know. I think it is. I think he could probably two-handed. He'd be all right. So, and this, the knife was actually sent to me by James Alton. Something he had acquired, and it was actually broke. The tang was broke in the middle. And he said, man, do what you want with it. And I had already kind of planned on doing this. And then the opportunity arose to do this for somebody. And so it worked out. Where's the end of my tape? Yeah, oh yeah, it was used, James. I appreciate you. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Supporting the channel, being a friend to talk to, all the above. Hope you're doing all right, sir. Lord, y'all bear with me. I'll get this tape off at some point. Did somebody put cornbread in timeout? Yeah, I've looked. I've looked there too, and I know they've got it. And that's something that I've had conversations with about doing some rehandles and some horn, and no more than it is at the pet store, so you can just get it at the pet store. But sometimes the stag can leave you a little wanting there. At least the few that I have around here where I've looked, they're very smooth, and it's usually not the big gnarly ends, you know, that's got all the texture. Is usually what they do not have. So there's the whole dude right there. I left it, I could have fully polished it, but I left it looking like this knife was done out of necessity. Very simple, not crude, because it's finished very well, I think. But you look at it and go, that knife means business, looks like it was made out of, like somebody needed a knife, put a handle on it, let's go. So that's kind of how I went with it. And it's going to have a really nice sheath to go with it. It's wet formed, or at least the top is, and it's got retention, so it'll stay in there really well. Once I get it sewn, I'm probably gonna dampen it and put it in, see if I put it in a vacuum bag like I've got in the house, and see if that helps form it some more. And we'll just go from there. Anyways, all right, let's do a little showing off. This is a 2012, and this is item number 90204, and it is model number 6375 in CV, and it is a Amber Bone 75 Stockman in CV. So this was a trade with James Alton, and it had some billboarding on the main blade. I believe it is peach seed. I'm horrible about knowing the difference between the two, and it doesn't say. Oh, peach seed. So it had some billboarding on the main blade, and it was just, I think it was probably a gift or something. It was a union number. And it was on that side. Well, it's gone now. So, let me open it up. And even though it's CV, it is fairly unused. It is unused. There's no fairly to it. It still had the factory grinds and bevels. There it is. My horrible lighting out here does not do it justice. But she's gonna be heavy in the rotation. This one will be. I've got, this is number 4. Is this the 4th one? This is my 4th 75 Stockman. And she's gonna be heavy on the rotation. She is. Need to carry mine more. Yep, Ryan, you need to carry them. Never use. See, James said it. Never use. I think he told me he carried it once or twice and just never loved it. So he put it in the box and set it aside. So, let me catch up with the Sean. All right, caught up. All right, so let's get into this 6318 HP. This is a 1975 in Jig Delrin. Got this from Brother Travis. Little trade on some work I'm going to be doing for him coming up. Neat thing about this one, or I think it's neat, it's got the stainless liners and stainless pins. CV blades, or not CV, carbon blades. And she's pretty much unused too. The jigging's still real sharp. The shield is still real sharp and crisp. So really all I'm going to do is kind of polish up the outside a little bit and put an edge on her, and she's going to be good to go. She don't need a whole lot. Well, the good thing about my, really my favorite slip, including even my own slips, because I've only got like 2 of my own slips, that this Dakota Marlowe slip fits 75 perfect. There's just a little bit sticking out, and that rides vertical. It stays vertical in my pocket, so I'll probably either carry it in there or a belt sheath, just depending on what my carry is that day. First tag handle I've ever so coming from Mike, it's even more special. Man, Ryan, don't get me going. Y'all gonna get me crying. I ain't in the mood to cry tonight. Done got emotional already today, and don't really want to get into that tonight. Yeah, come on, tap that like button. Oh, Wally says, Wally G from Tennessee. Wally's my boy. Me and Wally, I know y'all probably watched Wally's live last night. Me and Wally were able to meet up over the weekend and do a little hanging out. We did a little knife trading, did a little hanging out, and that's another one. Like, I could care less if I ever traded knives with Wally. I just like hanging out with Wally. Wally's the salt of the earth kind of guy. And it's kind of run into it, and it's just the type of men that this community is full of. Everybody I'm reminded of my dad on a daily basis, and y'all know how much my dad meant to me. So having those nice little reminders of these good, solid dudes that I thought. I mean, after my dad died, I thought that was it. Like, because my uncle had passed away, both my grandfathers were already gone, so I had no older men in my family. Like, I've got a couple of uncles, but I'm not real close with them. So I thought that was it. Like, there's no more. I mean, even though I am 43 years old, man, it's nice to have somebody to look up to. And, man, I got plenty to look up to here. I've got Brother Wally, Terry, Randy, Georgia Adventurer. Man, sky's the limit, dude. Like, you want to be in the presence of some good men, by God, they're here. All you got to do is open your eyes. And I'm not even talking older men either. Everybody here, everybody I've talked to, had any kind of conversations with, even down to Noah over at Clark's Kentucky Knives. I think Noah's the youngest guy out of our group. And, man, Noah, I wish I'd had the head that boy's got on his shoulders right now is hand over fist where I was at his age. And, man, I admire that guy. I mean, he's right at half my age, and I admire him just for his solid faith in God, his outlook on life, just a good dude. So if you're not subscribed to old Noah over at Clark's Knives, go give him a follow. You catch him on a live sharpening knives, or he's always showing something nice. Go check him out if you're not. If you're following me and you're not following Noah, I don't know what's happened with you. But go check him out. We have a bunch of fellas and ladies in this community that are admirable, not only good on the daily, but that you wouldn't mind being stuck. Man, Todd, brother, you got that right 100%. And I know me and you don't talk a lot, but when we do, it's always good. I admire you, brother. Your love for the outdoors and the wilderness, and just how you carry yourself that I've seen. Love you, buddy. I love all of you guys. So that's got her polished up on the outside. Now she's a fingerprint magnet. Kid does have, yeah. If you're talking about Noah, yes, old school values 100%. Yeah, he's got some values, man. I admire him for that too. There's that 6318 in the jig dealer, and I'm sorry for the lighting, guys, but just keep an eye out on the old Instagrams, and this one will be making an appearance probably by week's end, I'd say. I've gotten to really love carrying these vintage cases. Whoop them out, show them to people. Not that I'm a show off, because y'all know I'm not. But it's like, I met up with Travis today, and I carried that pretty bone just for today, just to show him. And I mean, I'm proud of that knife. There's a couple in my collection that, had it not been for the trades of some awesome guys, I never would have gotten. I never would have been able to get a 70s 47 with that pretty bone like that in that kind of shape. There's no way. Or that X's Under Stag 47 that y'all have seen that I've got put up. I never, ever, ever, ever would have even thought of owning an X's Under Stag anything. And she's kind of the centerpiece of the vintage case display right now. I mean, and there's some good ones in there. That birth year 75 I got, that's a gorgeous knife. The what I refer to as the Two-Face 18 that's got the two different color bone on it. Oh, and Wally, I'm gonna tell your story that you told me about that knife Saturday when we met up. So Wally was telling me that I think a guy he used to work with or an old guy he used to know or something would say, you know, if he saw a case like that that had the two different color bones, that was a salesman sample. And Wally did tell me that that's not the case. Because he had me going, I thought I had me something. And so he was telling me the story about this fellow. Oh yeah, that's a salesman sample because he could show the two different kinds of bones and all this and all that. And y'all just had to be there. Wally telling that story was pretty good. Wally tells a good story now. I think we ought to get Wally to do story time on his live. Just tell us a story. I think that'd be cool. Because that's something I always enjoyed growing up, was sitting and listening to my dad and my uncles and my grandfathers telling stories, and regardless if they were true or not, you know, most likely they were probably BS, tall tales, whatever you want to call it. But man, just to sit around as a kid and listen to them just go on and on and on and on and on, loved it. Yeah, the old knife trader trick, Wally, that's what it was. You did say that, didn't you? Oh yeah, this is an old salesman sample because it's got the two bones. I'll have to try that if I ever want to get rid of that 18. Man, she still ain't. This one may take a little bit of work. Ooh, dog. Yeah, good old story, man. I love them. Man, I'm just going to have to do this on this rough stone. I think I may do me a long form here coming up and maybe go over the differences between, like, I've got a fairly new 18 pattern in there, and I think this is probably going to be the oldest 18 I've got, and maybe do a comparison between the two, or do a comparison between that 81 6375 I've got and maybe this one or one of the other ones that I have, and just do, because there is some differences. Even to the 80s, like, believe it or not, on that 75, that middle liner is thicker on the new ones and thinner on the old ones, which I thought was weird. I figured the old ones would have the thicker liner. But I almost wonder if they did that to give it more spacing so there wasn't as much blade rub. But on any of the newer 75s I've got, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's hard to have a Stockman that doesn't have blade rub. I mean, there's no, unless it's like a true 3-spring Stockman. I mean, it's hard not to have blade rub. There's just not enough real estate. Getting there. It would sit around the court square, chew tobacco, and whittle. I miss it. I whittle and dip snuff. and I'm getting old. May start that back. You ought, Wally, your next live, you ought to do it on your back porch and just sit there and whittle and tell us some tall tales from back in my day. You know, if a story started out like that it was going to be a good one. Back in my day. She ain't sticking yet. Got a burr out there on the tip right after that belly, but I just can't get nothing going. It's almost like there's just a little bit of a smile that I got to get into. Yeah, I see it now. There was just a little bit. What was that Twilight Zone episode? Bigsby that told tall tales. Yeah, I think so. Oh, so to go along with this knife, I'm doing a slingshot. Well, I'm not doing the rubber band part. I'm just making the frame, but I'm gonna do it out of the stag to match the knife. Totally forgot about that. Man, I think that's got that. Oh, she still ain't there. There, she's biting there, biting there, biting. That tip still needs a little bit of work. We'll get her at some point. There she is. Finally. God dang. You can take small game and process it too. Next I'll need a shadow box for all the stag projects you're doing for me. Alright, Mike. We'll break out the carpentry tools. What's the next one? What's the next stag project after the slingshot? There, buddy. I guess I'm doing a stag Swiss Army knife. And I ain't took apart a Swiss Army knife in a minute. That's gonna be fun. I guess I need to be buying some pin material. Jeez. Let me tell you, I learned my lesson on Ron's knife. I ain't making my pins no more. I'm just gonna buy them as I need them. There's just a little bit left right there, but I'll send you a Trade Easy Open Jack. Ooh, a fire steel. Yeah. Yeah, you need a fire steel to go with that knife, I think, even though I don't think I left an edge where you could strike it. You could always carry that Opinel and strike it with it. Just don't do like I did and try to do it with it open. Just tell me how much. What? Hey, Chris, message me. I'm lost. I think I know what you're talking about, but message me after the live and we can discuss that. Travis, did you say you can get veg tan leather from Hobby Lobby? Yeah, you can get it from Hobby Lobby, but I think you can get better from Amazon, and I think at a better price. You just, as far as like your square inch wise, it's cheaper to buy it from Amazon, I think. Oh, let me get my finishing stone. You know, I should have gotten this out. This needs to go in the display case too. Anyone collect peanut patterns? There used to be a fella on here that's all he carried was a peanut. But I think he has since changed his flavor of knife. I believe that's as sharp as she's going to get tonight. I don't know what happened to my little notepad I was tearing paper out of to do slicing test with. Bear in 2000 case peanut. Not many, but recently started getting in on the peanut. Good compliment to a 75. A buck 110. I can't get a 110 off my hip hurt lately. Oh yeah, Lunar, that you are correct. On that, they are. That's a good combination. I've got two. I've got a yellow. I think it's a 2014 yellow Delrin, and then I've got a 99 jigged Delrin peanut. But the 99 is stainless, and the 2000, I think it's a 14, is CV. And the only reason I got it is because I wanted it to match my dad's 18 that I carry, that I also have the tattoo of. Two barbed wire casing, carrying a 75 and a 110 liters wearing my belts out, so I've been swapping 75 for a peanut. Are you carrying the 75 in your pocket or on your belt, Lunar? Yeah, I carry it. It'll pop up every once in a while on Instagram. But it's a yellow 18. Yellow Delrin 18. It's been very well loved, and he had broke the tip off of the sheep's foot and then fixed it himself, and so it's more of a square. And I've left that. I came real close to sending it off to Case to get a new one put on it, but I'm glad I didn't. And even the tattoo, the spay blade is really squared off, and not a spay. The sheep's foot's really squared off, and not really, a sheep's foot. So my tattoo artist is amazing. So sorry if I'm missing chat. Busy editing videos, and heck, just noticed I just hit 800. Bro, Todd, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Who saw the tin roof bone on Shepherd's Hill? I did not see that. I hadn't been on Shepherd's Hill in a while. I have found myself on this vintage kick here recently, and the newer cases just don't do it for me. I don't know why. I'm a big fan of the 20 teens and earlier, if I'm being honest. And I've got a 1920 to 1940 jack, and I tell you, I'd put that knife up just about against anything new, as far as build quality and sharpness and just any of it. Yeah, it seems to be all of my vintage case is all 70s and 80s. It seems like um, I've got that 8175. Then everything predates that. Everything predates 81. Um, and then I've got the one X's under that I just got this weekend. And then I've got the one tested, the 1920 to 1940. Um, and then really, other than the two Karenites that I've got, everything else is yellow Delrin in my newer stuff. And that's just because that's my, as far as the modern, that's my favorite. The yellow Delrin reminds me of my dad and my grandfather's, because they seem to always have the yellow Delrin. I think it's about time to clean my stones. Good night. Either that or this steel's just really hard. Just taking a good bit of time to get my bevel set. At least it's even bevel. And then, what y'all know about, what year is this? I think it's the 70s. I'm actually going to take it in 78. This is a 1978 case green oil stone with the box and all the paperwork. I'm actually, when I go in tonight, I'm going to take it in and put it in my my display case with all the rest of my vintage case stuff. She's sticky. She's not Big J sticky or even Noah. Noah does a hell of a job on sharpening. Under. There's Mario. Under upcoming releases. Oh. Man, they burnt the gray bone. I knew that was coming. I almost did that with that little pocket worn Saudi that I had. Do a little toast on it. Yeah, she's cherry fruit roll up sticky. So I don't know who is on here that's going to Ellaville next weekend. Let's just say I have put that in the hands of God, whether or not I go or not. As of right now, I probably won't. But if some blessings fall upon me between now and next Thursday, then I'm going to go. If not, I will stay here and work on custom knives. Arizona EDC. Brother, what is going on, man? I'm glad you were here. We're just sharpening on some old case knives. Oh yeah, next year's definitely going to happen, Ryan. And Blade Show Atlanta is probably going to happen next year. This next time around. But I just don't know if I can make Ellaville work this year or not. Just had a bunch of stuff come up, and I don't know. We'll see. I'll be sad and disappointed that I didn't get to meet people, and that's really what I was going for. I wasn't going to buy or trade knives, or, man, I was going to press, shake hands, hug necks, like Mr. Terry says. I just wanted to meet people, you know, meet some of the subscribers, meet some of y'all, you know. And the Blade Show at Atlanta will be easier because Atlanta is just like a 3-hour drive for me. Ellaville is 6. And we were going to split it up and do halfway Friday night and stay at a friend of Alicia's. But just the added expense of the gas going down and back and food, and I just don't know that it's in the budget this year. So if I have prayed about it, and I have turned it over to the Lord, and if He sees fit that I need to go, I'll go. And if not, then I'll sit in Tennessee and work on some custom knives and do that stuff. Is that what Kevin said? I'm not even sure. I haven't heard I hadn't heard it yet. I haven't finished watching his video from today either, so maybe that's what it is. Tell you what, let's do a little bit of oil while we're out here. Patrick, did you go to the case event? Over the weekend? Yeah, 6.5 or so for me. Yeah, it's about the same for me, Ryan. Lord, with as many of us coming from Tennessee, we could almost rent a rent like a van, a transport van or something, and meet up at. I guess Chattanooga would be the best place to meet up. And just ride together. No, like you, I had other things to do with my money. Yeah, Patrick, brother, I understand that. Yeah, party van. Chris could come down from New York. Ryan and Aaron could come from East Tennessee. Hell, we could pick up some of the boys from Kentucky. I'd come from Smyrna. Travis and Wally'd come from their respective towns. Shoot, man. Be like them party buses that you see in downtown Nashville, or that I see in downtown Nashville. I mean, I'm game to carpool. You're more than welcome to ride with me, brother. I'll take you. All right. was going to make it happen as a day trip, a little 5 hours for me, but the baby had other plans. Yeah, Travis, that baby kind of... And a box of Alicia cookies. Man, you know that's right, Dennis. Fan from Texas and pick everybody up on the way from Texas. Mario bet. We will all... Yes, sir. Let's do that. Man, could you imagine? All of us in one van, Mario driving. And then Mario, you could get Louie and JC to meet you in Texas, and y'all come up to Tennessee, and then you can swing by and pick up HT and Jason at Ozark Boy in Arkansas and Missouri. And shoot, man. Yeah, boy, that'd be a... Oh, yeah, James. 100%, man. I don't know where we could do a big meetup. That wouldn't be hard to do. I mean, hell, the best place for us to meet up in Tennessee would be Smoky Mountain Knife Works. That's a decent drive for everybody, so that would actually be pretty good. Yeah, oh, and Randy, I totally forgot about Randy being out in out there too. Yeah, that's the way to do it, Patrick. Call you back in a minute, Mike. All right, brother. Did you try to call me? Or were you talking to the other Mike? I'm going to need to start saving if we meet. Mario, you got that right, man. That place is nuts. But they also got pretty good deals at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, it seems like. Let me move my light around since we're not working anymore. Oh, the other mic. Okay. All good, brother. Don't even worry about it. Oh, yeah, the antique shops in that area are amazing. And you can even go outside of Gatlinburg and go into, like, Cherokee and stuff and find some honey holes, too. I wasn't even part of the group when y'all went last year. I hadn't even started my YouTube channel, I don't think. Oh, I was also carrying in my wallet, totally forgot about this, carrying the little bitty old timer Stockman. What is it, 194 OT, I think? I'm about as bad with the old timer numbers as I am the case numbers. But it just goes in my little wallet. And man, I've been toting this Olight ever since I got it from, was it Ted Hart that sent it to me? It's either Ted Hart or, I think it was Ted Hart. Man, I love the snot out of this little light. It is great. Come on, man, let's go. Come on, Mario. Yeah, the 108 OT. Yep, they do have beers in bears in Cherokee. Yeah, man. Maybe old Mike's life will be on this side of the country by then, and he can join in the extravaganza too. Those are good lights, James. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm sure there's beers in Cherokee. I can't imagine there not being. If not, we can bring them, or at least some whiskey. Yeah, cornbread, just holler at me tomorrow. I should be wide open. I just got a USA made one. Oh yeah, they're good, Randy. Planning on for next year, talk about that, Elton Bears, Cheesy Moon. Saturday, dude had 25 Cutmaster Stockman knives on one shelf. Each one said rare vintage. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. They say rare vintage. You might as well just turn around and walk away. Yeah, oh yeah, whiskey, man. Whiskey's the way to go. I can't. Uh, I went keto a couple of years ago for like 3 or 4 years solid, and ever since then I hadn't been able to go back to drinking beer again. So, yep, I've heard about Uncle Bill's flea market too, Dennis. So when I so choose, I have a little bit of whiskey. That's about it. I'm not a big drinker. Um, we'll have a bottle of wine every once in a while with dinner, but that's about it. I had my time in my early 20s, and I had my time. Is woo. Most of my 20s were a blur. What else is going on? What time is it? 7:30. Well, fellas, I think that's about what I got. Um. Oh yeah, Mike, you were telling me about that hardware store y'all had. Yeah, chocolate milk is where it's at. Um. Yeah, if you have 25 of those, they're not rare. That's really about all I got, fellas. I'm gonna go get my daughter in bed and get a shower and get myself in bed. It has been a long day. So, maybe tomorrow. Just depending how the day goes. I'm gonna get started on Mario's knife. I still got to sew. I still got to glue in a couple of pieces on that sheath for that fixed blade. Do some sewing on it. Um, what else? And then I've got Terry's Knives and Man Stuff's full size Saudi to do. I just got Travis's Saudi Junior to do. Finally got it in today. So man, we got some custom knives coming. Should be a good time. So yeah, I hope y'all like watching custom knives being made, because that seems to be the way we're going. We have took a U-turn from doing leather work, now we're doing custom knife work, so which I am okay with that. So guys, y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all. Love every single one of you. Y'all have a good night. Peace.